Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house.
Yes, Mark Tatum on his fast. Becky Nish on the man. Play with two like a lion. Household a dangerous alliance. I am an diamond like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
Fuck this shit! It's all about podcasts these days.
This is Leo Rush, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, and you are listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is Austin Theory of Evolve, and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is AEW's Darby Allin, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakon House. This is the People's Podcast. Haha. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy Con, ready to get at work when it comes to this professional wrestling business. That is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. And ooh, where is the clock? I'm checking the time because last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, because we hit them with that wargity, round the clock. You guys already know what it is. Oh yes, the director's in the building. You already know it's time to kill him. So guys, it is a wonderful Wednesday morning. I'm just chilling out, doing my thing before I go to work. It is 2 weeks until Christmas. My goodness, it came so fast. And guys, there's been a lot of cool stuff going on within your house, and it just keeps on pushing and keeps on pushing. And hey, baby, it ain't stopping. It ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So, guys, we've got our first sponsorship, paid sponsorship, cha-ching. You guys will hear that a little bit later on in the show, and that's such a blessing, man. That's such a blessing, because I haven't been doing this for a year. The team hasn't been doing this for a year, and we've already gotten to that point, and that's just, seriously, that's just an ode to the work that's been put in this short amount of time, and it's just gonna get better. I'm really excited, and as we grow, the professional wrestling sport, the sport of professional wrestling, is once again entering a renaissance. So much cool things going on, a lot of opportunities for a lot of different workers, and man, I love it, man. I love it. I've loved this ever since I was a kid, and to be able to be a part of it in any way is amazing. And man, like I said, there's opportunities out here for everybody in this game. The table is getting bigger and bigger, and if there's a bigger table, then that means there is more chairs, and if there's more chairs, then that's more seats for people to sit down and eat. So I love it. I'm loving seeing all the people I'm a fan of, and that I've had a chance to meet and work with, and see on USA, TNT, Fox, all that stuff, Access. It's great. It's great. And as I said earlier, in a small way, in a very minuscule way, I like to feel like I'm a part of the business. And I got a chance to live a really, really cool childhood dream back at a DCCW Thanksgiving Thunder. And let me just tell that story really, really quick. I'm gonna keep it short, you guys. Ever since I was 15 years old, I always wanted to be a professional wrestling manager. Always thought that was the coolest thing. The big mouth guy that's talking up the talent and making making his client's head so big he can't even fit through the curtain. And I was like, man, I'd be good at that. Like I can talk, and with me personally, I love seeing the good in people. I love seeing the good in people. So for me, it's easy to talk somebody up. It's easy to hype up somebody's head, because that's what I look for when I meet people, is the good. That's just me. That's how I roll. So I got a chance to live that dream at DCCW Thanksgiving Thunder and walk out with my man who's the guest on this episode of In Your House. And man, you've heard him on the show before, y'all. You've heard him on the show before. I just want to remind you guys, he was the most highly downloaded episode of 2019 on Spotify here at In Your House. It was absolutely amazing to see those downloads blow up, and then see that he was the #1 episode. And it all goes hand in hand. To me, it's fate, because he's the #1 episode, and I have the opportunity to manage this man on his journey, on his road to prominence, as he becomes the DCCW World Heavyweight Champion on only his second show with the promotion. And that man right there, once again, like I said, the DCCW Heavyweight Champion, my California brother, mama, there goes that man again, the right hand of God, Sam Knight. How's it going, bro?
Man, look, I'm sitting over here cheesing. You talk about making a brother head big. My God. I'm good, man. I'm very appreciative of you and of the listeners who made that episode the #1 most listened, most downloaded episode for In Your House. I'm flattered and I'm honored, considering the fact that all I did was tell my story.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you for giving me the platform to do so, which is why I jumped at the chance to have you manage me that night when I picked up the DCCW Heavyweight Championship. And, of course, a big night for us. I remember a little insider for people who don't know this. I remember you and I was in the ring and you were right behind me, and I was in the corner, and I looked at you and I said, "We doing this for the city, baby." And you looked at me, you said, "For the city, baby." Yeah. And what people don't understand is we're out here doing it to prove that these South Central cats can go with these Midwesterns. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
It was fun. It was fun times, man. Great night.
Oh, absolutely. It was an amazing night. It's a night that I'm never going to forget. I had a chance, I had a chance to talk to some family. It's funny that you brought up South Central, the city. I had a chance to talk to some of my cousins and my brother, who's a big time, like LA cat, big time. He's from the city. He lives right there, smack dab in West LA, seriously, right there, Crenshaw, Slauson, right over there in the heart of the city. So I talked to him, man, and I was like, man, I got a chance to live a dream, bro. I got a chance to manage my man Sam Knight. He gave me that opportunity to manage him, and I felt like I did a all right job or whatever, yada yada yada. And he was like, "Oh, I saw your post about LA vibes and everything. Is he from the city?" And I was like, "Bro, yes." I was like, yes, he's from the city. And he was like, man, that makes it that much better. And I was like, yeah, we both knew we was doing it for the city. And for me to say that is for me to say this. And you said we want to show that we can hang with the Midwest cats. I think that different vibe just puts kind of a different chip on her shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's taking nothing away from anybody in the Midwest, because I tell you, man, I've been in the ring with some tough cats.
Yeah.
Tough.
Oh, yeah.
and some very talented dudes too. But I'm California through and through, man.
Yeah.
You know, born at Kaiser. I'm gonna start dropping names. Born at Kaiser Permanente on Sunset Boulevard.
Permanente, yes.
And, lived on 84th in Kansas, the A-Tree Hood, for the majority of my life until I moved to 102nd and Wilton by Century. So I spent, went to Crenshaw High School.
Wow.
Shout out to class 2005. But, I came up in an area where, being an African-American male, we talked about this last time, being an African-American male and surviving was not a thing.
You got a target on your back, bro.
Yeah, you feel me? And to be more frank, being an African-American male and trying to be successful was not a thing, because you were either involved in gangs or something else.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So being from LA and God blessing me to be able to get out of that environment, there was reasons why I had to leave, not things I was happy about. Losing my dad was not something I wanted, but it happened. Yeah. But like I always tell everybody, there is a reason why God allows things to happen. You may not understand it then, but then when it all comes out, you'll get it. And I get it now. I had to leave from SoCal to come this way. And like you said, man, that chip that's on my shoulder, we both stay humble, but we're true to where we came from.
Oh yeah.
And that's that. You know what I mean?
Yes, man. Yes. And with that being said, man, I still have so much love for the city. I just went back in January to visit family. I did a music video in front of the Staples Center. I'm sure we talked about this already, but those vibes, man, it's a different energy. It's a different world out there, man. And
right.
to know that and to know that that's where we're from, that's our roots, that's our energy. Like, it's always something to kind of, you stick your chest out a little bit wider. You know what I mean? It's just because it's such a different vibe, man, and that's why I'm so lucky and so blessed and happy to have this opportunity to represent you along this road, along this journey, man. Now, I want to talk about a moment that you had in the ring when you won the DCCW Heavyweight Championship, and that's another moment that stood out to me, because as you know, I lost my mother in October. And you doing what you did in the middle of the ring with your mother, that hit on a different level for me, bro. That hit on a different level. I just thought that was wonderful,
Yeah. So I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
I've always been very private. That's how my mother taught me to be. Keep your personal business off social media. People don't need to know what's going on in your life on a personal level. That's why my social media is very business oriented, and I'm doing what pro wrestlers are supposed to do.
Yeah. Branding
myself and putting myself out there.
Yeah.
Without exposing my personal life. But that moment, my mother being out here to visit, was it was kind of a big deal for me, because after 15 years of me wrestling, I celebrated 15 years Thanksgiving night. Marked 15 years I've been wrestling. So my mom being there, I'd never invited my mom into my world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the pro wrestling world was my world. It was, I had my tight-knit friends. I had my clique, hashtag Nu-Wayve.
Yeah.
I had, my dad was heavily involved in my career because he traveled with me a lot before he passed away.
Yeah.
So the moment that they handed the DCCW Heavyweight Championship to my mother, and she was standing there, the look on her face made it all the better.
Yeah.
And I remember it as she handed it to me, and I remember talking about my father. You remember I kind of choked up a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
But when she handed it to me, in my mind, all I hear was the circle's complete. That's all I heard. And the funny thing about it is my sister's in China. My sister's a singer in China. And my mother had my sister watching the match. My sister got to witness me win the DCCW Heavyweight Championship. So that was also a bigger thing for me. You know, my niece and my nephew were on the was app cheering, "That's my uncle, that's my uncle." And when I won, I raised the belt right to the camera, and they're smiling and waving at me. So it was kind of a big deal. Like the whole family came together. And I remember right as we were in the middle of the ring, me and the boys, I could hear my daddy saying, "Hey man, I'm proud of you." My dad used to sit front row at every show I wrestled. So for that moment hit on so many levels for me, because it was like, this was the moment that I needed for me.
Yeah.
And it's not even just about being DCCW Heavyweight Champion. It was, I felt complete as far as my family is concerned.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because
do.
I'm very family oriented. Anyone who knows me, if once I welcome you in, you're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So yeah, man, it was a real good moment for me, and I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to everyone that was involved. You know, thankful for DCCW giving me that opportunity to have that moment.
Yeah.
And and to be honest with you, I wouldn't have rather share the ring with the people, with anybody else besides the people I was in the ring with, because the people that was there with me at that moment, so that was my inner circle. No pun intended. So yeah, man, good moment.
Oh, it was an excellent moment, man. Like I said, to see you do that with your mom, and it just had me thinking about my mom, and I was like, this is so great for him. This is great for his mom, because no matter what, nobody's going to ever take that moment away from you guys. You know, that's never going away, and that was a beautiful moment, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. So we're going to take a little pause for the cause here. You going to hang out with me for a little bit, Sam? I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit some more stuff? Oh, awesome.
I'm here, brother.
Awesome. All right, guys. Household out there in the 14 different countries across these great United States and locally right here in Indiana. When you guys listen to this, it'll be Wednesday morning. So put in your house, in your ears, as you're driving the kids to school, or maybe you're just driving to work. We're here to get you at work. So we're going to take a little break here. When we come back, we're going to talk some more with my man, Sam Knight. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, this is the director, Con House, of In Your House, and this episode is sponsored by Podcorn. Podcorn is a marketplace connecting podcasters to amazing podcast sponsorship opportunities such as host read ads, interview segments, topical discussions, and more. With Podcorn, there is no middleman. Podcasters of all sizes can browse and choose opportunities right on the platform, set their own rates, and collaborate with brands directly without any exclusivities. You never give up any rights to your podcast, and Podcorn is here to support you at every step to ensure you're protected and compensated for the work that you do for brands. The marketplace mission is to give podcasters transparency, creative control and freedom, and full control of how and when they monetize. So check the show notes on this episode and you will see a link to www.podcorn.com/podcasters. But now it's time to get back to In Your House. Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House. I want to give a big thanks to our sponsor of this episode, Podcorn. Great place. And also, I definitely want to make sure we're shouting out Dragon Horde's Coin and Gaming. Dragon Horde's is the premier store for magic cards and coins in Central Indiana. If you live here in Central Indiana, hey, why don't you come on through, check out some of the events and all the fantastic things that they do, because they really do a good job. But if you don't live in Central Indiana, hey, check out the Facebook page at Dragon Horde's Coin and Gaming. That's Dragon Horde's Coin, letter in gaming, to contact them about buying your stuff. They're always buying coins, magic cards, silver, and of course gold. And if you don't know how to play Magic, they will teach you. Very, very open-minded about teaching you this great game. And guys, you know that the owner, he's a great member of the household. Location Jason. So we're back here with Sam Knight, man, and earlier in the pod you were saying hashtag Nu-Wayve, hashtag Nu-Wayve. I noticed that stuck out to me. So what is this, man? You said it is kind of your inner circle. Can you expand on the Nu-Wayve a little bit?
Well, everyone knows that I am a prominent member of the Nu-Wayve Pro roster.
Yes.
But this Nu-Wayve it's spelled N-U-W-A-Y-V-E.
Yeah.
And it's my way of saying we are part of this resurgence, this revival, this renaissance, if you will, of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And when we came to, and when I say we, I'm talking about Dalton Davis, Jason Levi, Miles Morales. When we came to DCCW,
yeah,
our goal was set. Our goal was to come in and change everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It didn't matter what it was. If it was the same, we were changing it.
Yeah.
You know, if it was the norm, we were changing it. And so Miles Morales walked in his first show, and made a great impression. His second show, he came in as the Nu-Wayve Pro Ultra Rapid Champion and made a great impression.
Yep.
My boys, the Knockout Society, came in and faced the tag team champions the first night in. Yep. And made a great impression and got a contract to work for DCCW.
Yep.
And the second night in, they became the DCCW Tag Team Champions. And then my first night, I came in and made the save for Shadow, which got me put into it would have been a fatal four-way that ended up turning eventually into a one-on-one against my team for the DCCW Heavyweight Championship. And, needless to say, I impressed the DCCW management, which allowed me that opportunity. But if we want to talk about Thanksgiving Sunday, I walked into that show not knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
If we want to be honest. So, and I'll tie this all into the Nu-Wayve brand. I walked in essentially not knowing what was going on because my opponent got hurt, and all the respect to my opponent, because hearing the story as to how he got hurt, he gained so much more of my respect.
Oh yeah.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
I mean, neither, man.
But I respect him. So because I respect him, respect is given where it's earned, and he earned mine. But with him being hurt and with Shadow's doctors telling him that he could not compete, all that there was to do was to make a challenge to Rodney the Pitbull, for the vacated DCCW Heavyweight Championship. And, of course, Rodney being the man that he is, he didn't back down, so the match was set.
Yeah.
And then something happened. There was a wrench thrown in.
Big.
And this big trapezoid, bald, Goldberg, spearing, agile, Justin Kyle.
Yes,
witnessed. We witnessed the takeover. But even with witnessing the power of Justin Kyle, I didn't succumb to the takeover, and I walked out with the DCCW Heavyweight Championship, which therefore made the stamp that hashtag Nu-Wayve was here to stay.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, man, it was a great night, and I will be honest with you. I'm not done by a long shot. Not by a long shot, because I don't settle. I can't get comfortable. I can't get complacent. This business is ever evolving. So because this business is ever evolving, we have to evolve with it.
Facts.
15 years in the game, and I'm seeing great talent get signed right now. Every person I have heard of getting signed, I have either wrestled, I have came into contact with them at some point, we have held conversation, and I commend them, I salute them, I applaud them, but I'm also looking at them going, you are the example of what hard work looks like, and I'm coming from my spot.
Facts.
I'm taking my spot.
Love
It's
it.
that simple.
Oh yes, man, and that's why, and that's one of the reasons why I really gravitated to you, man, because you're not complacent. I love what you're doing with the Nu-Wayve. You know, seeing what you guys are doing in DCCW and the differences that you guys are making, it's absolutely amazing, and I really enjoy it. But at the same time, I love seeing it to the fact that some people would be a champion with one promotion and they're cool. Like, okay, I gained notoriety with this one promotion, I'm good. No, you are taking it as far as you can possibly take it, to the very top and beyond that. There's no limit. There's no limit, and that's truly hard work and dedication, man. Seeing what you're doing, like you said, you're a 15-year vet, and there's people that are, like you said that's it's kind of part of the theme of the show is that we're seeing so much talent get signed, and now it's time for you to go on that ever-rising table with the extra seats and take your seat and eat your meal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, sir. I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, the key is to not stop.
Yeah.
You know, you and I had a conversation prior to the podcast about, you know, my personal life and what that we won't get into. But
yeah.
If people only knew the grind that comes behind this, you know, and I tell everybody, you know, people who follow my social media, when I'm posting all this motivational stuff, that ain't for y'all, man. That's for me.
Same,
I got to go
bro.
back. No disrespect to nobody, but I got to go back and read that stuff throughout the day sometimes.
Yep.
You know, just to get through, because I deal with those low moments. Everything's not rainbow and sunshine and smiles.
Yep.
It's not all that, because this life is hard enough. But if I can challenge everyone and tell everyone that no matter how hard your day is, keep on pushing. You got to keep grinding, because your goals that you set are your goals.
Yep.
No one's going to hand you that. So yeah, man, I'm getting kind of tired of standing in line. I'm ready to take a seat at this table and see what's up with this buffet life. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh yeah, I feel you, bro. I absolutely feel you. It's funny because I've just recently started going to the gym just because I'm thinking, like, you know, me thinking about myself, first off, the most important thing more than anything else is I want to make sure that I'm staying here as long as I can for my kids. You know what I mean?
Right. Legacy.
Yeah,
Legacy.
Exactly. And second off, we work in a cosmetic business, man. So I wanna look nice. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I started going to the gym about a month ago with my co-host Hutch and my buddy Don P. He's our director of marketing, and we were just talking last night when we was there, and I was like, man, everything that you think is a mountain is actually a staircase if you look at it one step at a time.
Yes, sir. Amen. 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 You couldn't have said it any better. Amen. That's true.
The truth. It's the truth, man. And I'm seeing you on the same, you know, I guess pun intended, on the same wave that I am. and I'm like, man, I'm super excited to work with this man. I'm super excited to work with this talent, this warrior, you know. And that brings me to the next thing that I want to talk about is that's the managerial and talent relationship between myself, the director, Con House, and you, the right hand of God, Sam Knight. Now, I've got a chance to announce for you a couple times, and then at the last show, I got a chance to actually manage you, man. And I just really like the dynamic, because the more I think about it, the more I look at it like you're the cool, calm, collected. Like for me, like, I don't know if you heard this on our Facebook Live show, but we made some comparisons to you and Limitless Keith Lee.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that before, but okay.
and it's the size, the agility, and just the cool, calm confidence. Like, yeah, I know I can whip your ass, but you know, I'm not tripping on the fact that I could whoop your ass. Like I think there was one video you did towards Justin Kyle where you were just like, man, you over here huffing and puffing and taking your shirt off, man. I got this. Like, I was like, that's the energy, man. That's the energy. It's like you're cool about the fact that you can whoop ass, you know?
Well, and the reason why that is, honestly, dude, I mean, my dad was so chill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He was so chill. And he's like, man, look, because my dad did martial arts for years.
Yeah.
So my dad he had accolades behind him. And so my dad used to tell me, like, you ain't got to tell people what you can do. Just show them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I brought that same dynamic to the pro wrestling world, man. Like, you know, we want to keep talking about Trapezoid Justin Kyle. Yes, Trapezoid Justin Kyle. That I tell you what, man, Justin Kyle, and I hear his name, it strikes a nerve. But Justin Kyle, he's in the camera. He's talented, but he's in the camera and he's huffing and he's puffing and witness and all that. And I'm sitting there looking at this cat like, look, man, one of two things is gonna happen.
Right.
Either I'm gonna win, or either I'm gonna win. It's that simple. It's that simple. No, real talk though. It's like I'm not gonna trip on you, bro, because even if you pin me, you gonna get these hands. You gonna feel every piece of this disrespect, like you really are. And the reason why is because I'm not laying down for nobody.
Yeah.
And God help you if you pull me out of my comfort zone.
Right.
God help you if you pull me out of being calm.
Right.
You know, in the words of Keith Lee, right? If you're not basking in my presence, that's a problem, homie. I got an issue with you.
Man, facts, bro, facts, and that's what I love it.
So you know, like what Tony Baker said, keep that same energy, man. I'm keeping that same energy, and I want you to keep that same energy when you step across from me, or if you're tagging with me, or in our case, you being in my corner, man. And let me take the time to put you over because you've been putting me over all podcast, but being there with you and watching how you were interacting, and like there ain't a lot of people that get that understand what that means.
Yeah.
Because yes, as a performer, you know, I know how to carry my own weight.
Yeah.
I know how to go out here and sell myself and be able, because I'm doing the physical aspect of it. And I'm in there bopping cats in the top of the head. # Justin Kyle bald head. I'm out there knocking on them.
Yeah.
But when I'm out there knocking on them, and I got my man's car in the back, dog, come on, do it for the city. I only do it for the city. It's like, let me use this comparison. It's like when you grow up in the hood and y'all all rapping in a cipher.
And you got the
your
hype
boys
man?
in the back like, oh, yeah. It's the same. You feel me? It's the same thing. Like, I want to start clown walking right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, that's the energy that I want to keep. Is I want to like my whole character is I'm the director. I'm a Hollywood director, a young up and coming coveted Hollywood director. You know, I'm from LA. You know, I got my man Sam. But when I come out and when I'm bopping my head and interacting with the crowd and just being myself, like I want to be expressive. Like I look at myself as kind of like you're the cool, calm, collected, and I'm kind of like a cartoon character when I'm out there, you know, like I'm expressive and you know I'm like my man from the streets of Crenshaw and Slauson, my man Sam. Like I just want to keep, you know, I want to be the big voice that is needed in wrestling. You know, there's not like there's a lot of wrestling, like in-ring wrestling, which is great and it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. You know, especially on Wednesday nights. But there's not a lot of like real loud mouths these days, and that's what I want to be, is just like a loud mouth, big personality. My facial expressions tell stories. The way I'm, you know, if you're like one time you were down. And I'm sitting over here pacing outside of the ring with my hand on my head, like concerned, because that's the, you know, you're my man Sam. In story, I'm like, my man's got to get up. My man's got to get up. I need him to get this win. We got to get this win so we can get to the pay window. You know what I mean?
Right. The pay window, man. We got to get there.
Exactly.
That popped me. That popped me.
That's what I want to. That is who I want to be as a manager. Is almost like. And you know, art takes from other art, you know? So I'm taking, the right-handed God, Sam Knight. I'm taking a little bit of Paul Heyman. Then coming out with the megaphone and screaming in the megaphone. I'm taking a little bit of Jimmy Hart. I'm trying. I'm being like a manager type role. I'm taking a little bit of Bobby the Brain. I'm taking a little bit from everybody, so I can be that manager that everybody appreciated in the 90s and whatnot, but still bring a little new school flavor in there. You dig what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing that we learn as professional wrestlers as well. Because everyone starts off as a fan. Don't let anybody ever tell you that they don't. Yeah. Everyone starts off as a fan. And when you start off as a fan, and you're watching guys, like I grew up watching The Rock. The Rock was my guy, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I told the story of going to school wearing the shirt, man. I mean, and occasionally in some of my matches, I'll drop a people's elbow here and there. Like, I use the rock bottom occasionally.
Yeah.
But The Rock was such a dominant presence in my life growing up. But I'm born in '87, but I'm a '90s kid.
Yeah.
And watching that and seeing how he interacted with the fans and how the fans responded to him, it was like, man, that's what I want to do. And so I took parts of when I watching The Rock and watching Bill Goldberg and watching Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And then I became who I am, and it showcases in my work. I'm very old school, so it showcases in my work, which, why people say, like, man, you remind me of this, and you remind me of this person.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. That's very much appreciated that you would even consider me in the same conversations as these greats, So absolutely. I get that. I get that on a different level. I feel it.
Oh, I figured you would. Being a 15-year vet, everything that you've accomplished, man, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to be able to work with you. I'd like to do more management at some point. I'd like to do more management for you outside and promotions other than DCCW. But hey, I'm going to be doing commentary for Pro-Wave next month, so that's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, you're coming on into Nu-Wayve, and I'm excited about that because, anniversary is a big deal. That's our quote unquote WrestleMania.
Yeah,
big show. Currently, I am slated to take on the Nu-Wayve Pro Heavyweight Champion Joey O'Reilly, who's not a slouch. He's not a slouch by any means. Him and I have a storied history.
Yeah.
Storied past. He's the only man that's gotten away with disrespecting my father's memory.
Ooh.
So this is personal. This match between him and I is personal. Justin Kyle is going to be on the show. Whatever. But Justin Kyle has got instead of worrying about me that night, he's got the monster Congo Kong that night one-on-one.
Ooh.
And from what I'm hearing, this is a number one contenders match. The winner will get a shot at the winner of me and Joey. So, that's something that, people are looking forward to seeing. We got so many stories going on, and you will be in the house, no pun intended.
Yeah.
You will be in the house to call the action. So it's greatness all around, man. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to make history repeat itself.
Oh yeah.
My goal is for you to be able to watch me walk out of a Nu-Wayve Pro as the Nu-Wayve Pro Heavyweight Champion on that night, but only time will tell what happens there. But yeah, man, I'm open to the idea of you traveling with me and us going and you managing me different places. I think it'd be great.
Oh, yes. That's something I've thought about a lot. And it's going to be so great to see that opportunity, to have the opportunity to call the action at Nu-Wayve and be in that different environment, because Nu-Wayve looks like it's got so much going on, and that's so awesome and cool. And I'm just going to have a blast with everybody that I'm going to see back there and everything. And I just love being a part of the show, man. It's been my dream to do it. So it's great to be there, man. And man, I'll just say this on some real talk, real talk. If you walk out that place with the Nu-Wayve Pro Heavyweight Championship, I'm going to be talking so much shit on Facebook, so much shit on Twitter. I am going to be going in, bro, because my man Sam, double champion, I am ready, and I'm here for all that smoke, man, all that smoke.
Yes,
so man, the last thing I really want to talk about, just kind of touch over it a little bit, because it's been It's been one of the best things I've seen on the internet, on Facebook in a little bit. And man, that is the Window of Hope series going on between you and Shiloh Greaves. I love it. What is this, bro?
Windows of Hope. First of all, people who don't know Shiloh Greaves is a professional wrestler from the state of California. We trained together at Knox Pro. This kid had HAD, had the whole world in his hands. He's been in the ring and main evented against plenty of former WWE stars, from Gene Snitsky to Rikishi to Rusev to Gangrel. He's wrestled the Count of California, Black Pearl, lots of people. JTG. He's wrestled so many people. The kid's world renowned because he's gone to Europe and wrestled in the UK. He's done so much, but the kid's lost his way. And so the Windows of Hope was a rehabilitation center that I had signed up to work with. And Shiloh ended up being sent to me.
Oh, no.
And the problem with that is people don't realize that me and Shiloh had so much animosity towards each other, which is why when you remember watching the first episode, when he tried to walk into he practically forced his way into my house. You hear me going, nope. And, I was stuttering and confused, like, well, why are you here? And he presents this letter to me from the rehabilitation center saying that I have to make sure that I keep him safe.
Oh, man.
Well, that didn't go so well because as you'll start seeing as more episodes will be released, Shiloh and I end up having a blood feud that ended in May of this year. So,
oh, no.
He tried to kill me a couple times. He grabbed the steering wheel of my car, tried to drive us off the road.
Oh, this
but the story, honestly, outside of the character, because I just gave you the character version of it.
Yeah.
What Shiloh and I were doing was trying to show people the world of pro wrestling from our eyes.
Yeah.
Shiloh is the up-and-comer who feels like he deserves everything and he has to earn nothing. And I'm the guy that's telling him, you have to work for everything. And on a serious note, that is what this professional wrestling world has become. A lot of guys who feel like they are entitled to contracts, kind of entitled to, main event spots and entitled to championship belts. You don't just walk into a company and tell the promoter, oh, book me and put a belt on me. It don't work that way, man.
Right.
You've got to work for you've got to establish some kind of hashtag legacy in order for that to happen. And this is what I'm trying to convey to our younger generation of professional wrestlers. Work hard. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. Stay away from negative communication. Stay away from toxic companies. Because I'm telling you, like I posted on my Facebook a couple of days ago, those conversations you think you had in private, everyone's hearing about it. Yeah. And when people are hearing about those conversations, it don't look good on your part.
Nope.
I have my nights where I question if I should keep going, or I question why I'm going through this. I have these mornings where I wake up and my body's hurting, and it hurts to get in my car and drive to work. I have those days. But let's be real with each other, man.
Yeah.
If number one, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be where I am.
Same, bro.
And I made a promise to my father on his deathbed that I would not quit. So I'm a man of my word, and I ain't quitting no time soon. And I am pushing the younger generation to keep on striving. And that's kind of what Windows of Hope is. It's the story of, an older, not even say vet, an older wrestler telling a younger wrestler, hey, man, keep on pushing.
Yeah.
Even though he's a knucklehead, because truth be told, that's exactly what Shadow is, a knucklehead. You know, I won't expose too much about him, but knucklehead, you know. But yeah, that's the story of the Windows of Hope.
Oh man, and it's great. We definitely got to get more people looking at that. I'll start sharing some of that stuff, and the team will start sharing it too. Because what I got a chance to see of it, it's funny, entertaining stuff, and it tells a good story in a funny way. So I'm totally here for it, man. And man, it's that time, and I definitely appreciate you coming on once again, and just talking with me about wrestling and all the stuff that we had a chance to experience together and all the stuff that you've done, man. So, of course, you know, I got to throw out my common courtesy and give you the opportunity to plug anything that you want to plug because, you know, that's what we do here at In Your House. So go ahead, my friend, and plug it.
All right, folks, if you follow me on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook if you don't already have me at Sam Knight on Facebook. Instagram, it's Knight's Honor. Twitter, it's Knight Domini, Domini. Feel free to share, add, all that jazz. I'm on YouTube, Sam, Knight, Sam Knight, Knight. Nu-Wayve Pro Anniversary, January 11th.
Yes.
Come see me leave my size 16 in Joey O'Reilly's tail and take the NWP Heavyweight Championship. I'm wrestling this weekend for FWF against Brutus Dillon. And, you know, watch Sam win. That's the hashtag going into 2020. And lastly, let's push independent wrestling. There's so much out there now and these independent wrestlers are starting to make the transition to the mainstream. So let's stop complaining about what one company is doing against the other company, and let's just enjoy pro wrestling because this is the renaissance, the resurgence. And God, that I'm here to be able to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
That's all I got, boss.
Hey, absolutely, and I agree with you on all that. And man, once again, thank you for taking the time to come on the show and just talking to me, bro.
Oh man, thank you for having me, man. Once again, I truly appreciate you.
Oh, no problem at all. And of course, guys, you know I had to do it for my client, my man. I got to do it one more time for him because, guys, that is the man from Crenshaw in Slauson. Oh, yes, the DCCW Heavyweight Champion, the future Nu-Wayve Pro Heavyweight Champion. Mama, there go that man again, Daddy. The right hand of God, Sam Knight. Oh yes, guys. This was another great episode of In Your House featuring my man Sam. But guys, you know we had to do it to him. What do we have to do, y'all? Oh yeah, that's right. We had to hit y'all with that work. So let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you guys. You already know what it is. Thursday night, it's going down. The In Your House Facebook Live podcast. And you know we're dropping it on all major podcast platforms. Friday morning, guys, what are you doing? Buy a friggin' shirt. That's www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Get this work. Get this shirt. And guys, we tell you this all the time. Hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, well, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.